Yo, what up? We back with our second edition of Sports Betting with Wes. And today, the NBA has four games that I bet on. Um, I bet on a lot of NBA, so that's kind of like my thing. I bet on other things too. It's just I'm a basketball head, so I bet on a lot of NBA. But let's get into tonight's games and what they look like. Give me 1 second to pull it up on my other phone. All right, at 8 o'clock, we got Philly versus Memphis. And Philly is giving Memphis 1 point. And I picked Memphis. The reason why I really don't like the way Philly been playing lately. I kind of thought that since Joel Embiid is back, they should be winning more, and it's taken a lot longer for him to get acclimated than I expected. And it's only a 1 point spread, and the Grizzlies is getting a 1 point. So I took Memphis Grizzlies. Ja Morant is back also. Um, the point total is 233. I didn't touch that. Why? Because Memphis, well, they used to be a high scoring team. I used to could depend on them to get me some a high score. But lately, this year more since Ja Morant been in and out the lineup, they've been trying to find an identity. I don't know what it is, but I just don't have faith that Philly and Memphis and Philly get it up. No homo. Philly could score. Um, I just don't have faith in them though, because sometimes Uh, Tyrese might come and look like he's trying to go for 50, and sometimes he might come and look like he's trying to go for 15. So I didn't even touch the points total, even though 230 is 233. 9-10 and 9-10. 9-10 is the next game. Then we have Boston, and they're playing Utah in Utah. Mind you, let me add that last game, that Philly and Memphis game is in Memphis. So, and the next game is Boston and Utah. And Boston is giving up 8.5 points. Now I picked Boston. The reason I picked Boston is because even though Tatum not playing this year, the way they've been playing without him is impressive. And I was talking to my older brother about it, who was the guy that was on the show, the first show with me. That's my older brother, and he was saying basically that's Boston's mentality, next man up. They don't really focus all their attention on one star. So I like the way they've been playing. I don't like the way Utah been playing. I don't know if they got a lot of injuries over there or whatever. But I'm liking Boston with the 8.5 points. Again, I didn't touch that total. The over for both points is 241 and a half. I didn't touch that total score because I don't know. I think Boston, they can run up a score, but I'm not confident in Utah. I don't know what they're going to give me. Um, Next game, moving right along. We got the Detroit Pistons and the Los Angeles Lakers. This is going to be interesting because now we could go inside and make some money. I like the Lakers, even though the way Detroit is playing, I still like the Lakers. Detroit is playing real good right now, the best team in the East. But you got LeBron James and Luka on the same team. Like I'm going with them. I'm going with the Lakers, and the Lakers are getting 2.5 points. Detroit is giving up 2.5 points because they got the better record. I like the Lakers. I'm taking the Lakers with the 2.5. And I think they could run that score up because both of these are good teams. So the over for total score is 232. Now, when I say that, I mean that both teams at the end of the game, both teams score when you combine it. has to add up more than 232, and I think it will. So I didn't touch the over and under with the total score, but I do think it will. And I may go back and put another bet in and bet on the over. I'm also gonna go back in and put another bet in and bet that Luca will give me a double double. In my first video, I was telling you about Jokic, and I was saying there's certain guys in the NBA that if when you bet on them, the hike the money up on the ticket that you're betting on, also bet that they would get a double double. Jokic is one of them people. Luca, Luka Doncic is also one of those people. LeBron, I don't really know, you know what I mean? Maybe a little you get no, but sometimes and sometimes not so much. But Luca, double double machine. Jokic, double double. Uh, Giannis, when he's healthy, I don't know about now because he just got back. Giannis, double double, you know? Excuse me. And these are guys that when you pick, when they're playing, the more things you bet on, I can't emphasize this more. If you're into sports betting, the more bets you make, the higher the money goes up that you win. So I think what I like to call safe bets are bets that highly possible of winning. I think Luka, Jokic, Giannis, and as we go, as I put these videos up, I'll let you know because there's other guys out there that's double double machines. But what you do is after you make your bet, you also bet that they're going to get a double double and add that to the parlay, what they call that's betting lingo. Add that to the parlay, meaning add that to your bet, so that you can get the most money, the maximum money out of this bet. You know, the more things you bet, the higher the money goes up. So if you add that he'll get a double double, then however much money you would have been getting would go up. All right, moving right along. Last but not least, we got the oh that was last. Nope, we got the Kings going into LA to play the Clippers, and the Clippers are giving the Kings 10 points. I like I like the Clippers, you know. Um, they just showed out last was it last night? No, Sunday night. Kawhi had 55 points. I wasn't expecting that. I went against the Clippers that game, and I like him. And in my heart, I wanted to pick the Clippers, but I was afraid. I was scared, and I went against him. And the man came out there, scored 55 points, and his team won. So against the Kings, they are giving up 10 points, but the Kings ain't been playing too good lately. And Sabonis is another double double machine. Is not playing. He's injured right now. So you got Sabonis injured. You got Zach LaVine injured, who my older brother don't feel like is a threat at all anyway. And you got I think that's all they got injuries over there. But even with those guys playing, I still probably went with with the Clippers. I'm sorry, got a bad memory. I mean, maybe not if they was giving them 10 points, and I'm pretty sure if those guys was on the court, they wouldn't be getting 10 points. But I like the Clippers with the 10. Um, the over for both teams, total score to match is 220, and I kind of like that. For some reason, I only bet on overs. I just noticed that I never bet on the unders when it comes to the total score. Maybe I need to start doing that. But yeah, I kind of like that 220. I think that's going to be a high scoring game, especially if Kawhi comes out the way he came out that last game and gave him 55. He's getting old. I know he's not going to do it. But then you got James Harden on that team. So another thing you can do to hike the bet up, you could go in there, you could bet on because James Harden will give you assists, but he's not a double double. So if you're feeling risky, I would bet that James Harden would give me a double double. I wouldn't call it a safe bet though. That's if you're feeling risky. And those are the games in the NBA for the day, and those are my bets. Um, feel free to drop questions if you have them in the comment section. If they're too personal for the comment section for some reason, you can hit my DM. You can DM me on Instagram at wes.smith.129. That's wes.smith.129. And until next time, peace.